Hey everybody, what's going on? As promised, tonight, just very thankful, very grateful for the opportunity to be able to come to you all tonight, to be able to share some things, particularly my testimony, to be able to set some records and some things straight. I know it's a lot of conversation out there. It's a lot of he said, she said, things that are being done out there on the internet and social media. And so, I felt it necessary. It's absolutely necessary for me to come and share my testimony. All I could tell you is one of the first things I want to let everybody know is that I have found myself blessed enough to be in one of the most incredible, glory-filled, miracle-filled places on planet Earth. And I can't even imagine. People that do know me know the kind of lifestyle I used to live, know some of the background, and in that case, some of you who don't, I have a background where, I had a very loving mom and dad, but also, I found myself wandering into the streets. And so, I thank God that he allowed me to live and make it through that time in my life where I was just living like, I couldn't die or I couldn't go to jail when, that is what's happened to so many people that live that kind of life. And I was blessed enough to find myself connecting with Apostle Taylor and finding out about face to face. I had an experience with the Lord Jesus Christ coming to me face to face prior to me meeting Apostle Taylor. And the thing about it was, after that experience, I didn't know what to do with it. It happened. I tried to get clarity and understanding from people that were around me that I knew that were saved. And, nobody could really explain to me what had happened to me. Even some people who would tell me that, that was some people who didn't believe it was the Lord that came to me. Some people who told me that was an incredible dream when, my very first visitation was an out-of-body experience. And it wasn't a dream. I used to try to have dreams about it. That's how incredible it was. That's how amazing it was. And, it took me a long time to really come out of a kind of a state of depression because I didn't want to be here. I wanted to be back with Jesus. I wanted to be back in heaven. That's why I was taking my very first visitation. But after connecting with Apostle Taylor, one of the things that the Lord showed me in my original visitation was an army. It was this massive army that he was raising up. And this army was glorious. I am telling you, it was something that would make the Avengers look like a G.I. Joe compared to what this army is. And the first meeting that I ever had come to where Apostle Taylor was teaching at a conference, I began to hear him speak about and talk about things that I had only heard Jesus talk and preach about. I asked men and women of God that I knew were in ministry who had been saved, pastors and evangelists and prophets, and no one gave me the kind of clarity and understanding that really put my spirit at rest or at ease. And I come to one meeting with Apostle Taylor, and he completely covered every single thing that the Lord Jesus had spoken to me about in my very first visitation. You can imagine, here I am a number of years after having the visitation, wondering, what does it mean? What was it for? What am I supposed to do now? And then connecting with Apostle Taylor. And in one meeting, he covers everything to the point where I almost fell out my chair. I was so blown away, I almost fell out my chair. And just in awe. I knew he was someone that has been spending time with Jesus. I knew it because he was talking about things that only Jesus talks to people about. And when I saw that, I knew that there was a connection. And from there, the Lord led me to really follow and to become a part of JMMI and this global movement, this end time army. That's what this is, y'all. This is the army that Jesus showed me in my original visitation. That I saw, doing incredible things on planet Earth, winning souls, saving lives on a scale that has never been seen before. And Apostle Taylor has been commissioned by the Lord Jesus Christ and the Father himself, Jehovah, to lead this army into the glory that God promised we were going to see in this end time generation. People out there saying this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. The only thing that matters is what God says about somebody. And as far as I know, the last thing I heard from the Lord Jesus Christ was, follow my friend David. He is leading my end time army. I trust him. That's what I heard. So I don't care what no flesh creatures, I don't care what no human beings have to come and say about this man or this movement. This is not an occult. You think I'm stupid? You think anybody who knows me, these are not retarded people. Excuse me for saying the word retarded, but these are not dumb people. These are not people that don't have brains.